Hello everybody, it's Cassie back again with another video, and today we are going to be sharing some backgrounds. This is going to be completely just based off of these backgrounds that I'm going to make using these brand new Simon Hurley Create layering stencils. That first one is our polka dot assortment, and I'm going to obviously show you how to use that one. I love that these are multiple stencils. The next one is called In Bloom. That one is absolutely beautiful. Could be used separately as well as, well, all of them can be used separately. You wouldn't have to do them together. And then this final one is called Happy Hearts. Now I am going to show you the little Easter bunnies stamp set. I had thought I'd filmed actually making, like, stamping and coloring all of these images, but I didn't. So I'm just going to show you some finished cards at the end of this video using all those backgrounds, having used the bunnies and their matching dies. So let's just jump right into it. Our first one is the polka dot assortment stencil. And I'm going to attach just a piece of cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches down to my tonic platform. I'm saving up for a white glass mat that will actually be magnetic as well. So one of these days we'll switch it out. But for now, we're using that bigger stencil. And I'm inking up my blending buddy with some shooting star. That's the first color we're going to use. I had written down all kinds of fun color combinations to use with these. But this stencil, along with the others, I really feel like has a lot of mileage, especially this polka dot one, because you can use these polka dots together, use them separately, off-center them, however you want to do it. I'm going to just go ahead and line them right up on top of each other because I really love the look of that. And then we're using this next color, which is some Guppy ink, and then we're going to blend that right over the top. I also do some other ones where I offset some of these circles, and I'll show you what those backgrounds look like, but I feel like the sky's the limit with this one especially. It's just fun. But again, I really like the layered look on top of each other. So I'm going to do the next color. Next color we are bringing in is some traffic cone. I think this one's traffic cone. And we're going to ink up that one. And then I got a wild hair with our final stencil and decided to put it off center. And so we're going to bring that in with some Game Over ink. But I love how that looks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we're going to just kind of put it all in the center of all those, kind of lining them up differently. Tack that down with our magnets, and then we'll bring in the Game Over ink. And we'll blend that right over there. Again, stop, keep going, however you want to do it. You've got so many options with these stencils. I could have probably made a full video just on this one alone and the different combinations, different color combos that you could do with this one. I'm madly in love with this stencil for sure. And then I decide to shift it again, and this is where I'm going to bring in some Game Over Lunar paste. So I'm going to just put that right over the center again of all the ones that I already stenciled up, and then we'll bring in our Game Over paste, Lunar paste, and use our palette knife to just spread that all over. And I've had all of these Lunar paste since they first came out. I don't remember exactly when Lunar paste was released, but I have not had any issues with any of these drying out. These have been fabulous, and there's lots of uses for our Lunar paste. I'll show you another use later on when I pull in another stencil, but take a look at that. Oh my goodness. This one might be my favorite background that I made all day, but look at it, beautiful. And there is, I'm going to show you a couple of cards that I made using that stencil. Did this one with some of the brand new Breakup blue Lunar paste as well, and that looks so good. See, check it out, options. All right, now we're bringing in our Happy Heart stencil. There's 2 of these. Obviously, use them separate, off-center them, you know, use them multiple times on top of one, like flip it back. Again, so many options. So we're going to start off by using some Minty Fresh. We're actually going to take that stencil off of there because I want to do like a subtle ombre blend starting at the bottom, make it dark, go into light. So we'll use our blending buddy at the bottom. And then what I love about these inks is that you can build them up. That's one of the many things I love about these inks. As you well know, if you watch my videos, I use these inks like primarily. These are the inks that I use. These are distress inks, are primarily the colors and the inks that I use because I just love them. They're great. So there's our Minty Fresh Now we're going to bring in our stencil. We'll just pop that down using our magnets, and I'm going to bring in some Tropical Tango and put that over the top. And it looks so pretty. Oh, Minty Fresh and Tropical Tango go really well together. Love them, love them. So nice. And then once we're done spreading that one all over, blending it, making sure that looks good, we're going to take that stencil away, and I'm going to put the other stencil right underneath. But I'm going to use these together because I want to line it up just the way it is, because I kind of like the way it looks all lined up together. So I just put the stencils together, popped that on top, and then moved the other one. And then we'll bring in our Remember Me, and that will be the final color that we put over the top. But I didn't want to stop here. That's where I'm going to bring in some of that Tropical Tango Lunar paste, and I'll show you another way that we can use it. I've done videos on using it all kinds of ways. You can watercolor with it. I'm going to use it for splatter because it has that beautiful, like, shiny metallic look to it. But that's how the background looks for now. Like I said, bring in that Tropical Tango, and I'm just going to put a little bit there on my mat, my tonic platform. Just a little. I'm going to add a couple spritzes of water here in a second. We'll blend that out. Just kind of make sure you get the little chunks out. Now it's almost like a paint. And then I'll bring in my paintbrush, water it down a little bit more because I want to do some splatter. And then I'll just splatter that all over my background. And it looks so cool. And then I'll show you. It's not completely dry, obviously, when I pop it up and show you up close. But there is this beautiful shimmer to it. Well, I guess I'm not going to show you up close. But trust me, there's some shimmer. And then there's another background that I made using that stencil. All right, so then our final stencil is the In Bloom stencil. There are 3 to this stencil set. Again, use them separate, off-center them, however you want to do it. You have options with stencils. I think that's another reason I love stencils is they're inexpensive. You have options, move them around, however, and then you can even combine these together, like use the circles over the top of this. How fun would that be? Yeah. So I'm bringing in, I believe that one is Piggyback. So we've got our Piggyback ink, and then we're going to bring in some Rosy Cheeks after we line up the next stencil. So we used our biggest one. We're using our next biggest one. So it's the middle one. And then, yeah, we've got our Rosy Cheeks. Just blending that right over the top. So if you do get these, play around, have a good time. And then we'll bring in our final one. And this is where I'm going to bring in the Love Struck Lunar Paste, which is the brand new Lunar Paste. So we had 2 of them. Love Struck and Breakup Blue are the 2 new Lunar Pastes. And they are absolutely beautiful, just like the inks. So we'll just spread that over there like butter. And I just had a ton of fun making backgrounds. If I hadn't had to go make dinner, I would have continued. I'm just saying. So happy with these stencils, and I just want to keep playing. I love stencils that make me feel like there is definite multiple uses or possibilities, or color combos, or whatever the case may be. And I don't actually use this background. I'm going to save it for another one. But I'll show you the 2 backgrounds that I did make with this stencil after a bit. But it's beautiful. You'll love it. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness. So I clean up my mess in between, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to show you all of the backgrounds that I made with the 3 stencils. So again, this first stencil is that polka dot assortment. So we've got some blues. I did this one just kind of moving that stencil around a little bit. And I think that one looks cool. It's kind of 3D looking. And then we have that one that I made. Just love it. Just love it. Next up is our Happy Hearts. I'll show you a couple of backgrounds that I made with that one. That's the one you didn't see. That uses some Love Struck on there as well. That new Lunar Paste. And then the one I showed you that I made. Look at the sparkle from the Lunar Pastes being used as a splatter. Yes. Feeds my heart. And then our final one, which is the In Bloom. I did make 2 backgrounds with this. Used one in a different card, but not with our Easter Bunnies stamp set. How darling. Love it, love it. And then here are the cards that I made using the Easter Bunny stamp set along with those backgrounds that I made. I really thought that I shared, or I hit the record button, but clearly I didn't. So you can see them and how pretty they look finished. You just don't get to see how they were assembled. Sorry about that, y'all. But that's going to finish off our video for today. I hope you like these stencils as much as I do, and then our finished products. If you do, hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.